Welcome back to our coverage here of the 2025 Premier League Darts, live for you on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. And Luke Littler, as you've just been hearing, is through to the final after that early exit last week. He is in the big match tonight. Will he be taking on Gerwyn Price, or will it be a repeat of the Premier League Grand Final from last year against Luke Humphries? The Iceman Price is going to take on Cool Hand Humphries in the next game. But before we get into it, Paul, just a word on that completed revenge mission for Luke Littler against Michael van Gerwen.
It's just going to be a match that we see month in, month out. But one of the greatest things about it is that we just don't tire of it. Because when you see great games, great fixtures, great one-to-one battles like that, you just don't want to take your eyes and your ears off it, because they deliver excellence of the highest degree, and Littler just isn't afraid of him, and Michael just wants to put him in his place. There's so many great positive narratives about it, and I like the fact that it's 1-1 after 2 weeks when they've played each other twice, because every time they play each other, we're going to love it and revel in it.
Yeah, stunning performance from Littler, 104 average, 3-1-80s making his tally for the night now, 8. Van Gerwen bows out in the semi-finals. Luke Humphries and Gerwyn Price about to take to the stage. Humphries could make it back-to-back wins and continue this perfect start to the season we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would be surprised considering what we've seen from him already. And not to throw too much negativity on this second semi-final for Price, who has got his first 2 points of the campaign tonight at the expense of Nathan Aspinall. But these guys have played each other 4 times in the Premier League before, of sorts.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
They've actually been scheduled to play 5 times, but last year in Aberdeen, Luke Humphries got a walkover because Price wasn't there. He was injured. And they've had a draw when Luke Humphries was a contender back in 2019. But the 3 times they've actually done battle last season, Humphries won them all. And Price will remember that.
The winner of 3 Grand Slam titles, a World Grand Prix champion, a 2-time World Cup champion, and the former champion of the world, the Iceman, Gerwyn Price.
But you always know it's been a decent-ish night in the Premier League when you get a second walk-on for the evening. That's what Gerwyn Price is doing. Now, you'd think you'd know where his partner was. He had to go and search for her on the walk-on there, Betham, to give her a little kiss on the cheek before getting ready for business on the stage. And he battled his way past Nathan Aspinall, really kind of flicked a switch towards the end of that match. If Luke Humphries plays like he did towards the end of his last match, then maybe we can predict a riot.
Champion of the world, Luke
I wonder how many times in this campaign John McDonnell's going to say former champion of the world, or just champion of the world, because 5 of the 8 have won the PDC World Darts Championship either once or more times. And then you got Stephen Bunting, who's won Lakeside back in 2014. Littered with the best people in the sport from the last few years. It always is.
Arms aloft from Luke Humphries as he gets onto the stage, conducting the crowd in Glasgow, singing along to the Kaiser Chiefs track. Ready to try and impose himself in this semi-final against Gerwyn Price. Humphries, in the end, actually averaged over 106 in that 6-4 win against Chris Dobey, who he kind of transported to death, didn't he? And if he can repeat that here against Price, then even the great Iceman could be powerless to stop him.
Yeah, I have to agree. You've got to think that it's very impressive that in all of his time in his 30s, Luke Humphries is averaging 106. All of 1 game and 3 days. But it seems as if he's done very well tonight to get the crowd on side. And in a place like Glasgow, that can get you a long way, because they like to pick a side.
Well, he's already won twice as many matches as anybody else in this Premier League campaign so far. He's picked up 4 victories to get to this stage, 3 last week and a quarter-final win tonight. Nobody else has yet won more than 2. Will Humphries actually dominate the Premier League? The early signs are good.
The early signs are very good. Do you remember back a few years ago, it may have even been 2010 when we were in Glasgow, where the dart players weren't even allowed to wear the colours of Rangers or Celtic because of stuff that had happened the previous year when Gary Anderson was playing Adrian Lewis. But both players here tonight in the second semi-final are in the blue. So this is one half of Glasgow as far as the colours are concerned, but only one can go through to the final to play Littler. Is it going to be Luke versus Luke, or is it going to be Price versus Littler, which does bring up another narrative because Price has beaten him this year.
Game on!
Hugh Ware gets the game underway. Chris Murphy and Paul Nicholson in commentary here on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Do subscribe if you haven't already. You can catch all of the Premier League action live throughout this campaign. Early stages at the moment, but Humphries already off to a flyer with 5 points in Belfast last week and a fantastic start this evening. That 6-4 win against Chris Dobey.
Yeah, the guys have been getting some great interviews with the players since the World Championship. One of the great reasons to subscribe. Make sure that you get all the insight, not just from us, but from the horses' mouths as well.
Well, speaking of from the horse's mouth, you mentioned a moment ago that infamous Glasgow game between Anderson and Lewis. Adrian Lewis, of course, features on that channel, an exclusive interview with him, so do check that out as well.
Humphries on 2-0-2, Price on 3-0-3. Couple of palindromes here, but well done by Price. He leaves a finish of 167. Humphries is not settled on this visit, just trying to figure out what he needs to do to get under 100. He's not going to do it this time. In fact, he's trebleless. Is it going to be another slow start, but sometimes that can just stoke the fire even more.
Yeah, it took him a while to thaw out, didn't it, in the quarter-final. You might say the same for Gerwyn Price, to be fair. 1-4-3 would see Humphries start with flames here, and treble 19 is found, treble 18's not, so Price will have a go at 110.
This game is still establishing a rhythm. 110. There's a treble 19. This will be a 13, which is found double top. Well, that one was heard in Edinburgh, maybe even Aberdeen. 110 out, and a statement of intent from a very intense-looking Price in this game. He was full of smiles when he was playing Aspinall in the quarters, but that has changed to ice here in the semis.
He's giving it tonight, isn't he, Gerwyn Price? That is for sure. He wants his Premier League presence to be felt and heard. Humphries, a player who likes to let his darts do the talking, and it's another 140.
Great first start from Price, and the fact that he only walks away with a ton will be disappointing to him, and he gives that treble 20 a real stare. They are really in these guys. It's so intense and very different to what we saw in the previous game, because there was a relaxed nature about the brilliance of Van Gerwen and Littler. It's almost as if these two guys are really trying. I know that sounds strange, but Chris Mason always says, if you're going to get the best out of yourself, you don't try, you just do.
Vincent van der Voort, again, an exclusive interview on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, said Michael van Gerwen lost the world final because he tried too hard, because he wanted it too much. That's why he found himself 4 sets down against Luke Littler.
Yeah, it's difficult to not try. It's difficult to just go with the flow. 1-3-4 for Humphries. Price sitting on 80, but there's a treble 18 for the number 1 in the world, and the top shot. That is just incredible. Price is sitting on 80 thinking, now I'm going to get this, you know. No, you're not, because you didn't even get a shot at it. 130 34 out with 2 tops is a world-class effort to make it 1-1.
Got a game on our hands. 2 ton-topping checkouts in the first couple of legs.
Back to normal. He just scored 23. He saw the funny side of it, and I think that's important. You start telling yourself off in moments like that, especially at the start of a match. You're going to cause yourself problems. So he's just going to go back to normal here. Watch this.
Yeah,
Max coming in.
He was still smiling as he approached the hockey, wasn't he? And it's even more 140 fun for Luke Humphries. He has been finding 2 trebles in more turns than he hasn't tonight, and that could well take him to a second weekly win in as many weeks of this Premier League season.
And think about it this way, if he was to win tonight, that would be 2 wins outside England. He'd have 10 points before he's even played on home turf.
And he could be trebling in Dublin next week.
Yeah, Price only gets 1 home game in Cardiff. Humphries gets a stack. There's going to be a lot of neutral venues though. This is one of them. Berlin will be another. I don't think Rotterdam's going to be very neutral because Van Gerwen will have the crowd there. But that 180 from Price leaves him on 35 with Humphries on 142.
Yeah, watch out though, watch out. He's just taken out a ton topper. 134. How about 142? Went for the treble 20. I'm not sure he decided which way he was going to go before he approached the hockey there. Took a time to deliver the first dart.
It's going to be 11 for double 12 here. The 11 is in the middle. The double 12 is low. How's his double 6? It's not good enough. Splits it in half by missing it left by half a centimetre. Humphries on 32. This corner gave him his World Championship and a lot of legs in the quarterfinals. It was that double that gave him the title just over 12 months ago, and he's 2-1 up. This one so far going with the throw after 3 legs.
Well, a little bit of whistling there as Price was throwing. The referee Hugh Way, he does not like that kind of thing, was turning around giving the evil eye. If you do ever go to a darts event, do not whistle.
And do not upset Hugh Ware.
85.
Yeah, that's the one thing that the players despise, and somebody is still doing it. Get the message.
Gerwyn Price turns around and gives it a full whistle back to the crowd after hitting the maximum. What a moment from Price. And I think he told them to shut up as well after.
You think? Watch out. Oh, I think he really wanted to hit one, Humphries there, so he could do it as well. Now this game's got a great spirit about it.
Brilliant, brilliant fun moment. Luke Humphries had to put his fingers in his ears. Surprised Hugh Ware didn't tell him to stop whistling.
You know, somebody should get a t-shirt, go on the stage, mimic the whole situation and say, why are you here then? If you're going to go and whistle players, you're in the wrong place. Enjoy the darts.
Well, that was one way to shut them up. Gerwyn Price enjoying himself on the stage, and it's good to see. 194 and 3 trebles, 2 of them in the 19s, 1 upstairs, puts him on double 10. Fantastic leg of darts here.
Absolutely. You can't accuse Gerwyn Price of not coming back from adversity. He's done it multiple times in his career. He's on double 10. Misses it, right and left, tops. Was missed. He's missed 10s and 5s. And there were whistles on that as well, Murph.
Well, Luke Humphries isn't going to punish. Finds a single 1 on 136, so Price will come back. He's doing the right thing. He's really racing to the hooker here to stop the crowd from getting involved with the whistles. And that one's in for Price, and the game is all square again, 2 apiece.
The most important thing about this game now is the point on offer. It's the 1 point you get for making the final from this point. Humphries is back to work with a max. 2-2, and he has this little 9 next to his name
100.
that he would love to still be there after these 3 darts, and it might just be 4 perfect darts. But I've noticed the whistling is only coming when Price throws.
Yeah. Paul's not suggesting that it's Luke Humphries, by the way.
No, it isn't. This could stem from the old Gary Anderson rivalry. Someone's just got a vendetta against this guy.
Yeah, good point, fair point. We've not really even brought that up because we're not used to in the last 6 months crowds really bothering Gerwyn Price. They have started to warm to him, very much so. Humphries on 117 in leg 185, 2-2 in this contest in Glasgow on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Humphries looking to get the lead here. Price can't finish, he's way back on 229, so a bit of breathing space for the world number one.
Well, a 60 checkout is not an easy thing to do for anybody. It might make it look easy. Let's see if he can do it. 60, high 20, looking for tops, misses it low, so double 10. And the crowd have actually started to chant Gezzy's name.
129 he wants, 57 found, may go for a couple of doubles. No, he goes for treble 16. Maybe it would have been wiser, a little like Humphries did earlier on the 134. Now Luke wants double 10. Inside, double 5 for the lead. Outside, and still comes inside again. Price gets an unexpected opportunity to break.
At tops. And just like that, he's ahead with a break of throw. When he was sitting on 229, he was thinking this leg's done. Let's just move on to leg number 6. And I'll see if I can draw a level. Now he's got a chance to be 2 ahead. But let's not forget, Murph, Price has a chance of 4-2 up. That is a spot that Chris Dobey had. When he had that, Humphries went crazy.
Well, it's another 140. He's been rattling those in this evening like they're going out of fashion, Luke Humphries. I make that 17 across a game and a half so far.
Not bad.
I've not reached 17 yet in a lifetime, Paul.
I didn't want to say anything. 265 Humphries, 267 Price at the hockey now. Looking to leave a makeable out. The ton he hates. The one where you get the treble first and the 2 singles afterwards. Humphries on 265's got to get to a finish. And he does so, it's the same one. They're both on 167.
Can Price? Price cannot.
57. Luke, you require 100.
Could be a big moment in the match, this. It's not going to be a 167 for the number 1 in the world.
Well, the Iceman kicked off this match with 110 checkout. He wants another 19, so 51 required. Finds it to tee up tops. And there is nothing sweeter than a repeater as Price doubles up on 110 checkouts and does get that 4-2 buffer over Luke Humphries.
And apparently the price is right now.
Well, the price is 110, isn't it, this evening? 2 of those. First dart he's dropped on the floor. We're used to seeing that from the former rugby player, the knock-on with the tungsten.
One of only 2 players in Premier League history to have 2 9-darters in the same night.
Actually came in Belfast, didn't it, which was the first week of this season.
Well, if he's going to hit a 9 this season, Price, he'd like it to be in Cardiff. We'll have to wait a few weeks for that to try. But here comes Humphries, who all of a sudden at 4-2 down is starting to find it again.
Maximum from the world number 1. He's got that 60 checkout again that did cause trouble for him. Couple of legs ago. First start needs to be out of the way, or possibly do what Littler does and throw it flat. It is quite low, that one, and he navigates his way past it quite comfortably and back into the game, 1 leg behind. 4-3 Price.
That was a concerted effort, Murph, to get the single lower. Predominantly he likes the single 20 on a 60 to be high. It didn't work last time, so this time he tried something else and it worked a treat. From 4-2 down earlier tonight, Humphries averaged 122.69 to win 6-4. Now, him doing that again isn't very likely. But the thing is, he can chip away knowing that he's already done it tonight.
And he may not have to produce that standard again, who knows? Both players averaging in the high 90s of this game after 7 legs. Price throwing first, 4-3 to the good, 370 before this visit, finds 2 treble 19s. Going for cover to leave 2-3-6. Humphries on 3-1-8.
With that compact style, right elbow very close to the rib cage. Not a great deal of effort needed to thrust the darts forward because he has a very bottom heavy dart and a long stem which carries it with ease. 2-3-6 for Price.
58.
Only 58 means no finish. 178 left for him. So Humphries on 195 has got 6 from here to draw level at 4-4.
90.
Yeah, this could be the break back, and suddenly the advantage would be with Cool hand Luke, who leaves 105. Price finds a couple of treble 20s, leaves himself on a double, but it's an awkward one if he goes for it. Double 19. If he even gets a chance, 50 found. The bullseye for Humphries, 15 to tee up tops, and it's all square, and that was like shelling peas.
To do that when your opponent is sitting on a double, to stop Gerwyn Price from getting to 5 is just why Luke Humphries is so good.
14.
There was pressure on that shot, and like you said, shelling peas. He made it look simple. 4 ton plus checkouts in the game, and that has got to be one of the most easy looking checkouts under pressure we've seen this season.
Yeah, 2 of those ton plus checkouts for Humphries, and both of them as he hits another max. Yeah, both of them including 2 doubles, because he hit the ball at the start of that one.
Yeah, he's doing it again. 4-2 down apparently is the wrong
100.
place for some people, but it's the right place for Humphries.
Well, they say 2-0's the dangerous lead in football, maybe 4-2's the dangerous lead in darts.
97.
4-4 now, and Humphries takes his average into 3 figures. 184. Price on 265. Goes for the 19s, finds a treble. Now trotting across the hockey to find another one.
Well, what are we going to call this fixture, Murph? You're the poetic one. Is this the below zero derby? Because it's Cool Hand versus the Iceman. 132 for Price. Humphries has left 79. There's a 25 for the Iceman. Needs 57 for Bull. And that shot is now off. Treble 19 not found. So this 79 for Humphries, if he hits this, he'll think he's about to win 6-4 again.
Usually would be treble 19 here, because the single leaves you 60. He's had mixed luck on that. He's way off there, but 2 double 18s rescues it for Luke Humphries. Hit a big 7 going for the 19s, and he's had another finish with a double-double. Tops earlier in the game for a 134. Used the bull and tops for a 105, and then rescued that shot with 2 double 18s to lead this match 5-4. Humphries 1 away from the final.
I'm going to give him a new nickname, Murph. I'm going to call him the lifeboat, because there's nothing he can't rescue.
25.
That is a really bad first start in 79, but the next 2 were just so good.
And
402, he's looking to crush the Iceman into the ground to set up a Luke derby at the end of tonight, and he just looks so determined to get the second win.
Superb. 5th max. Oh, and Price loses a dart, and he's going to lose the match now, surely. Humphries is going to get it done in this leg. It's got that feeling. 2-2-2.
123.
1-2-3 scored. Well, he may well finish with another double-double here.
Well, that's a bad thing for Price, because he's left 120. Humphries now to do it again.
Come on then, 99. Oh, he's spoiled it by finding the treble. And he gets it done. What a display of combination finishing by Luke Humphries to put himself in the final for the 2nd successive Premier League night. He was the boss in Belfast. Will he grab glory in Glasgow? He sees off Gerwyn Price with another fantastic performance towards the back end of the game. You kind of said it, Paul, at 4-2 down. Will he put his foot down? He reeled off the next 4 legs.
Luke Littler needs to not go 4-2 up, because the burst we've seen from Cool Hand tonight, when he's been a couple behind, he's proving just how good he can be. That's one of the best just under 102 averages I've ever witnessed, because the doubling was so precise, and that 105, that changed everything. Bull 15 tops, he misses that, he's probably 5-3 down, and then he's going to have to win the last 3 legs of the contest. He didn't even give Price a chance to get to 5 after that.
And even that 79 that started to go wrong, it almost looked like he meant it. Didn't even break his stride, did he, before the 2 double 18s?
And that's what practice does. And also, if you add in a little bit of confidence, okay, I've got 79 left, I've had a bad dart, what I'm going to do is just take it out anyway. That kind of confidence, you have to build that over the course of time. That's not overnight. That's Humphries building this up over the course of years.
It will be Luke versus Luke in the final. One of the matches that many people want to witness many times, and one you'll want to listen to many times here on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Paul, you're done for the evening, but before you go, which way is it going?
I'm going to have to go with Humphries with the way he's playing. I think this game will have at least 10 legs, and I just want to sit back, enjoy this, and revel in one of the best atmospheres on the Premier League Roadshow in Glasgow. And I really hope the crowd allow both of them to just go hammer and tongs to the end to see who gets the 10,000 bonus, the plaque and the title.
Enjoyed your company, Paul. Enjoy the final. We hope you've enjoyed it as well. We will be back with the final, myself and Chris Mason, Luke Littler versus Luke Humphries. And when it comes to the Darts Premier League, the last thing you want is an online mishap throwing you off your game. Among the fastest VPNs available on the market, NordVPN gives you a quick location change when you need it most. Go to nordvpn.com/dartsvpn and get 2 years plus 4 months free and a birthday deal. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The final, Luke versus Luke, coming next. Stay with us here on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel.